Hello there and welcome to today's video, and I hope you're doing well. Sorry that there wasn't a video last week, but I just fancied a few days off really. It can take a little bit longer than you think really making YouTube videos, so just every now and again I fancy taking a week off. So yeah, I'm back to it this week. Well, I say I'm back to it, it's been a bit of an off week again really because I've managed to sprain my ankle. Basically, a few weeks ago, I started running again in the mornings, well, jogging, and I was building up really to do just a mile a day really, but I guess when you're doing that every day, when your whole body kind of isn't used to doing that every day, you're going to pay the piper really, and yeah, I certainly paid him in the form of my ankle, so I've not been able to do a whole lot this week other than, you know, just working on another polymer painting, and this time it's of Pan's Labyrinth, and this is actually a project that I've wanted to do for a number of years, but because I've worked on the Pale Man, you know, the guy that does, you know, holds his eyes in his hands, I thought it'd just be too difficult to make as a kind of 3D sculpture. Really because of the way that I make models really, I use colours, polymer clay. It's kind of difficult to get a solid armature going on when you've got areas that would have vulnerabilities, such as his arms really. So I kept putting it off and I thought, gosh, I'd really love to make him. So because I've been making basically loads of polymer paintings this year, because I'm really into them for some reason, it just dawned on me that this character would be perfect for a polymer painting, so I'm going to show you my process. So to start, I've just created a really lovely graduated colour here from orange into yellow, and that's going to recreate a fire behind the Pale Man. And this is also known as a Skinner blend, which is basically named after the person that came up with it. So now I need to move on and make the chair for the Pale Man to sit in. So I've made a burgundy clay here, and I'm using my blade cutting tools here basically as a measure so that I can make some little squares like so. And I'll just go over with my needle tool here just to make them a little more pronounced really. And I'll just pop in some little buttons. Let me know incidentally if you've seen Pan's Labyrinth and what you thought of it. I thought it was just incredible really. It seems to be kind of rarer and rarer a thing really that you come across a movie that feels, you know, completely original and of a universe all of its own really. And as we move towards Halloween, I'm going to be watching a lot more movies I think, so that I can, you know, get some inspiration together really. So I'm just going to continue with the fireplace, and I'm making like a wooden mantle structure to go over the top. And it's kind of weird making fire at the moment because it's been absolutely boiling here in the UK for the last few days. We reached over 40 degrees, which, you know, might not seem ridiculously hot to everybody out there, but gosh, for the UK it's just extraordinary levels of heat really. Our houses just aren't cut out to deal with that kind of heat. We're known obviously for really changeable and, well, a bit rubbish weather here in the UK, and certainly the more northern you are, the more likely you are to experience that. And basically our houses contain heat, so it's not been a lot of fun, I can assure you, crikey. And of course aircon is a rarity here because, you know, we don't often get hot days. It's kind of an extreme measure really, although Ian's been tempted, but because I, you know, suffer a bit with dry eye, or suffer a lot with dry eye sometimes, it, you know, makes the condition worse, so it's not something that will do. So we just have to rely on fans and ice blocks, I think. So yeah, that's been a bit of a challenge. So anyway, I'm moving on to the pale man now, and I'm just making his body really. So I'm just going to keep building on that, like so. And it's quite nice actually to make something entirely different. Because my character design is often, you know, clean lines, etc. It's really nice to work on something a lot more kind of textural really, and, you know, with a lot more contours in it. So I'm happy with his body, so I'm just gonna pop that onto the chair like so. And it really makes him look a lot more regal, doesn't it, immediately? And I'll just make the tops of his arms like so. And this polymer painting took a lot longer to make than I thought. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You often have an idea of a time frame in your heads, but actually once you get down to the work you realise, gosh, yeah, this is a little more involved than I thought, but it's always worth it. I really like a challenge, I have to say. So I just need to work on some skin folds in his neck, and this bit took quite a bit of time to get right really. It was just a case of adding an element, not liking the element, taking it off, adding a new one, and so on and so forth really. So I'm moving on to his hands, and I've got another colour graduation here from kind of a pinky pale tone into a black. So I just need to start working on his rather spindly fingers. So just make sure that they're nice and tipped at the ends. And add a bit of detail with my needle tool. And of course his hands have eyeballs right in the centre. Gosh, what an imagination Del Toro has actually, it's just incredible. I'd really like to know what your favourite Halloween movie is actually, so let me know down below. I'm always after inspiration really, and of course I've not seen every film out there, so let me know what your favourite is. I think mine might well be An American Werewolf in London. Gosh, I just love that film. I have made a poster of it before now, but you never know, I might be tempted to make another at some point. So there we go, his arms are all done, so I can just try and slot those into place. So now I can bake him. And after it was baked, I just wanted to add a little more pink tone to his skin here and there, so I've just gone in with my ink pens. And here he is, all done. Now to make a movie poster with him. I hope you enjoyed that. I think it worked out really well, and I've got loads of ideas actually for future movie posters to make out of polymer paintings. And I watched Donnie Darko again the other day, and I don't know about you, but I think that movie is just incredible, and it gets better almost with every watch. It's been probably around 10 years since I've seen it, but I was just gobsmacked at how brilliant it is. So I've got a really nice idea for a Donnie Darko themed polymer painting, hopefully next week, so we'll see how that goes. And because I've not been so focused on my channel over the last week or two, obviously because I took a little bit of time off, I've been really thinking about, you know, where I want my channel to go, because you know, I don't see a whole lot of growth in my channel over kind of recent months, and it's a quiet time of year anyway. You know, summer, I find that folks aren't as into Polymer Clay videos, and it tends to pick up from September onwards. But yeah, I've got some really hopefully good ideas for yeah, future projects really, including making a YouTuber or two, just some, you know, creative folks that I find really inspiring. You know, I'm really keen to make them basically in a Clay Disarray style, so we'll see how that goes. So I think that's it for this week, and yeah, give it a like actually if you got this far, because all engagement helps in terms of, you know, getting other people to see my videos, so thank you for that, and I'll see you next week. Take care, bye bye.